Previously Recorded Podcast. All right, welcome to Previously Recorded. I am your host, the Pizza King of the Northeast, and this episode of Previously Recorded is brought to you by our Redbubble shop. Check us out at redbubble.com/shop/prev, PREVREC, and you can get
that sounds
all of
like
our
a fake website.
you can get all of our merch there. You can
that sounds like one of those like links you would send somebody, and then it's just the guy with his dick in
It's that meat swing or whatever it's called. Meat spin.
You can get our logos there. You can get on one hat. It might pop up as like a hat, but you can adjust it to be a sticker, a magnet, whatever you want.
We got all kinds of stuff. We got hats and stickers, and that's it.
The world is your oyster. So joining me, as always, is my two co-hosts, Shane and Bob. How are you guys?
What's up?
Good.
Yeah.
Any day I get to spend with the Pizza King.
Yeah.
We're gonna drive that home this episode.
Yeah,
that's
What an honor to have the Pizza King in my temporary studio.
Yes, we are here in a new studio. If the acoustics are not good, send your email complaints to sgallagher3@gmail.com.
I wanted you to send it to somebody completely random.
Oh, okay. You can send it to
Just put Nick's phone number in the
yeah, I will. You can
Everyone
send it
text
to Nikki V. But how are you guys?
Good.
Yeah, we're
Ready for Christmas? Well, not ready for Christmas because
there's still some shopping.
over the course of this episode, we do need to figure out what I'm getting.
We certainly
What
do.
the joke, what the
Right.
gag gift is this year.
Well, last year we had the privilege of finding out your dad was a huge Doolittle fan.
Gigantic Doolittle fan. Has never worn the shirt, but he's huge
Yeah,
Doolittle fan.
a gigantic shirt for a gigantic Doolittle fan.
Doolittle fan.
Which, by the way, I don't think you can call that a gag gift because it's amazing.
It is.
It's
RP
good.
Ward in Chicago.
I did. It was very comfortable. It was very comfortable. Very slender fit on a sausage.
Was that the night you choked on that hot dog?
Yeah, the RP saved
I
me
saved
that
your
night.
life.
Yeah.
Saved your
Dressed
life.
in
I like
Dr.
to
Doolittle
think.
shirt.
He gave you the Heimlich, but from the front.
I like to think that it was the spirit of Doolittle coming through to save animals. I got to save my friends.
Yeah. I felt like a dog that day.
I got to bring that suit back. So you two are the only two that didn't sign it. And I feel like we got to put this to bed. I do need you guys to sign it so then it can be framed.
Tried to sign it, but I was too busy getting berated.
All right, so this is
physically
the
was
episode.
unable to sign it.
This is the episode now.
We're just
At some point, we'll tell. Each of us will tell our side of that story.
airing grievances now.
Yeah, it'll be like the episode of Always Sunny, like who got pregnant. Like everybody just has a different take of that night in Chicago. That hallowed night that haunts those very halls of that bar that is not right outside of Wrigley. Which is
A big miscommunication led to an assault by a hot dog.
When the guy choosing the bars chooses based on if he can go right outside and smoke or not.
that's very true. That's very true.
Changes things.
Yeah, that's
It's like somebody who's not familiar with like a small town, and they switch jobs with their identical twin sister.
You mean Littleton, Colorado?
Littleton,
Would
Colorado.
that be a good example?
wanted to bring
of
that
said
up.
small
Yeah.
town?
what? Fuck you, naming it Littleton.
I know. That's what I
love
think.
it.
My first
outta
note
here.
is Littleton. Really,
Yeah.
little town.
I wrote
my-
small town Littleton, Colorado versus big city Denver, Colorado.
My first note is actually something that Katie noted. She said noticeably smaller knockers.
Significantly, yes.
Much smaller.
So all this talk of knockers and Christmas bows and joking really
can only mean one thing.
can only mean one thing. We're back here to do our annual Hallmark Christmas Movie episode. So this year, we decided to keep it in the family, as me and Bob teased on our Home Alone Spider-Man episode.
And that family is the Tanner family.
Yeah, it. So we went with Candace Cameron Bure's movie, where it's a 2017 movie called Switched for Christmas, but if you search that, it just comes up Christmas Sister Swap. That's the title.
Wait,
so there's,
really?
There's two titles here, yeah. It has...
You sure that's not the tagline for the movie? Christmas
it's
Sister
in
Swap.
bold.
That changes things because I went into this movie thinking we were getting a Freaky Friday situation.
Yeah.
And we didn't.
Well,
No,
does
because...
it matter if it's Freaky Friday if they're identical twins?
Yeah.
True.
There's
I
like
just didn't think
literally-
it was going to be like Willings.
There's like literally no difference between them. So the reason we...
There's only one character.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's why, because it's actually one actress playing two characters.
So we decided to pick this movie because we had huge knockers last year. We took a step down. But we wanted to keep it in the family, to have some sort of more theming to this. And also, this is a really critically acclaimed movie. It's got a 5 out of 5 stars on Walmart.com.
I'm the only one that rated it on Walmart.com.
But 89%.
I gotta come clean here.
It's me. I bought all those copies.
I did the ratings.
So 89% of people like this movie on
6.7 on IMDb actually isn't that bad.
It's not. It's just a pretty well-received movie. And so the synopsis of Switch for Christmas is, at their obligatory pre-Christmas lunch, estranged identical twins Kate and Chris
Yes.
decide...
Also, I couldn't keep track. So at the very top, I had to write Kate equals business and Chris equals teacher.
So they swap lives until Christmas Day. This released November 26, 2017 on Hallmark Channel, directed by Lee Friedlander. And if you're curious, this is a household name. If you want to know, what kind of movies do you think she's done, guys?
Lee Friedlander?
Yeah.
I would guess it's in the Hallmark family. Maybe a Lifetime
Give
original.
me a list of Oscar winners. I'm sure one of them's got to be on there.
Okay, so one of them is A Gift Wrapped Christmas,
Oh, okay.
Double Daddy.
That
I don't think
doesn't
that's
sound
a Hallmark
Christmas-related.
movie.
Yeah. I watched that earlier.
That one can be watched on fuq.com.
I watched that earlier. It didn't end.
There's a
For my dog.
Hallmark Christmas movie. It's just a Hallmark movie called Royally Ever After. Then there is a fall Hallmark movie called
Hallmark?
Love of Hallmark.
It's a Hallmark movie?
Hallmark Channel movie.
Patent Pending. And then it looks like a summer one called 5 Summers Into Love or Of Love. And she did an episode of The Good Doctor.
Say superstars.
So household name here. So that's basically the synopsis of the movie. And if it sounds boring, it's because the movie is.
Because it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it was boring.
So if this episode's not as fun as last year,
I have faith in Shane to pick it up.
I do. There's a lot riding on him. So
Well, I have a confession to make, guys. I was a little drunk when I watched this movie, so my notes don't exactly make the most sense. So we'll get through it together.
All right.
That sounds good.
I also
Maybe
couldn't.
we need to get you drunk to record this episode.
Also,
like beer fest.
I couldn't keep track of the two handsome guys, so I don't know when I refer to them both as handsome guy.
It's Tom Kinder and Greg Turner.
I cannot keep track of
Greg
which handsome guy
Turner,
was
Office, Tom Kinder.
the
guy,
rich guy,
rich lawyer,
rich
No longer a
lawyer
Okay.
from Littletown.
'Cause I just refer to them both as handsome guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
They
So
we'll get into that later.
We will.
because
There's a lot
some
to
things.
a lot to unpack here. Again, for those who don't know, last year's Hallmark Christmas movie was Shane's Oscar performance. Like, it was probably his funniest episode. Like, around us, that was like the king of Hallmark in our circle.
I'm gonna fold under the pressure.
So I would like you to
We have two kings
walk
in this
us
episode.
Yeah, we
We have
do.
a pizza king and we have a Hallmark king.
We got.
I'm a king of nothing.
We'll figure it out.
No, that's what it is. Nothing.
Oh,
I'm the
okay.
nothing king.
All right. This podcast now changed to the Three
Kings for Christmas. There
Christmas,
you
There
go.
you go. Oh, this is perfect. All right, we got to cut this entire thing and start from the beginning. This is the Three Kings
episode.
So, Shane, you're going to walk us through this movie. This is your movie. And I
Use your
didn't know you were
drunken
drunk
notes.
because
Use your drunken
Katie
notes.
sent me a snap, Shane's significant other, and it was just like the ceiling, but it was Shane talking. Kate is the business one.
You were more than a little drunk.
That's when I made the note in my thing because I
Yeah.
couldn't. They keep switching back, and then they switch outfits. We're like, who the fuck?
We
is
knew you
this?
were drunk because Katie sent us a video of you crying because you were so happy at the end.
No, I hadn't started drinking yet. I just love these movies so much.
He was just so happy for everyone.
He was wearing his crown, too. So, but walk us
He
through
was
Shane.
only wearing his crown. That's why
it.
people were uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, identical twins. Well, they haven't seen each other in like 2 years or something.
They just don't visit each other.
Yeah, they don't
They
give
take a
shit.
lot of time. They on more than one occasion to let you know that Littleton is an hour away from Denver.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is a standard commute for a lot of people.
Yeah, but they like 50 times throughout the movie they say it's only an hour drive. It's only an hour.
So the dad sets up a classic parent trap scenario where he invites them both to lunch and doesn't
Not a
tell the
parent
other
trap.
one.
They parent trap. There's too much parent trapping.
There's
going
too
on.
much.
He's a parent who traps them.
Yeah, and then he's like, all right, I'm out. So they have lunch. Classic, hey, I can do your job. It's so easy. And the other one's like, nah, you can't, bitch. I can do your job. It's so the foolproof plan of
I'll do your job. You handle my stupid kids.
And both are planning a party that
Yeah.
they don't want to plan.
Conveniently take like a really important work assignment off of the business one and give her like a nothing Christmas
Yeah.
party. So she's like, it's my biggest client. I've been working on it for like somebody else.
Nah,
will take
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You're getting the party.
Stop.
You
Just
think your
say-
shit
yeah.
don't
Like,
stay.
no,
what,
yeah,
you're
you're gonna
gonna
handle
build
the Christmas party. Now.
You're
She's
gonna
like,
build
but I'm not the
apartments?"
Christmas one. That's my sister.
So I will say this. So this is a classic movie trope. People switch spots. There is too much. They don't know enough about each other. If they knew enough about each other, I would say, okay, this works. But there's so much in their lives, like work, they have people that they report to and things they have to know to like successfully do a job.
Logistics stuff.
Yeah, it's like,
who
okay.
is your boss?
Yes, exactly. She's like, could be talking to like the mailroom attendant.
Oh, but don't
thinking
worry,
it's her
because
boss.
Kate, business,
Yes, business.
made Chris, teacher, a little Post-it note.
did.
That's all she needed.
That's true.
Well, also, one of the things that I have a problem with, because I mean, it's not the only thing that I have a problem with. This whole movie is based around being irresponsible. That's
Yes.
literally the premise. Hey, we're just going to shirk our responsibilities
Yeah.
and play a game instead. We're just going to parent trap. But also, like, at one point, Chris, the teacher,
Don't worry, I'll make
Yeah.
sure I remind you guys.
calls Greg Turner, who is her romantic interest who works with Kate, business, from her phone. But, like, wouldn't Greg have Kate's phone number?
No, they switched phones.
Did they switch their
Yeah.
phones too?
I don't
They make,
think so.
No, they make a point of saying
All right,
that.
I
Oh, did
must have
they?
missed that
Oh,
part.
I missed
then.
that.
They
Yeah.
switch phones.
What the hell would we do without you?
Yeah.
The king of Hallmark.
He's
This
the
is what I'm here for. I noticed the little things.
I noticed little things too, but not
They
that.
they make a point to say that. They switch.
Do you notice little things like Littleton?
I noticed that Avril Lavigne was the one singing "Baby It's Cold Outside" in the beginning.
Yeah, she was.
Talk about complicated.
So you know what's tough? I watched this movie yesterday, and I'm already confused.
That's
like
on my
I
notes.
forget.
That joke was on my notes.
Oh, so
Talk about
yesterday. Oh
complicated.
wow, I just completely walked over that.
Yeah. As you were
This
saying,
is gold, guys. This is gold. So, as Shane was saying, they switch, and the way you're supposed to know is they switch. Is they only switch tops, and she's wearing a nice dress with jeans. God forbid. But there's a montage of how they are so different in the beginning. Like she's making eggs, and the other one's making like a Galapagos smoothie or whatever in the morning, and like those classic, really classic like Hallmark movie tropes. The one thing that pisses me off really, really bad with movies and movies like this, nobody charges their phone at night. Their phone is just sitting there unplugged on their nightstand. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but a lot of movies do this, and it drives me
really
nuts.
grinds his
He
gears.
said doo doo.
He
Yeah,
did say do.
they do. My note is Chris is normal, Kate's the business bitch. Office party that
I don't like that they had brunch at a steakhouse.
What the hell?
That bothered me a lot.
You're gonna-
They went
gonna
to some
nap the rest of the
steakhouse
day.
for brunch.
Did they both get like a porterhouse? Like,
I don't know. And it was like a Tuesday. Like she had to like leave work to go get brunch. Like what
You know
kind
what
of?
kind of sucks? Like the dad could have still went with them. He made the
Well,
effort.
they wouldn't have had a huge parent trap situation if he had.
That's true. That's very true.
They bring up the Tom Kinder fiasco at brunch. I made a note of that
know
because
when-
apparently they have a history of parent trapping people. It's like, should people be on their
Yeah.
toes about this? Like, yeah, those twins like to switch.
Oh yeah. They're like, oh, that's like that one time in
Yeah.
this lady's classroom.
The other issue I have is that there's nothing, literally nothing that separates them. And Dad's like, I know you. Like there's
Yeah,
literally no
I wrote
voice.
that down.
There's
Yeah,
not
that's
because
what I
they're the same actress.
Yes. Well, I mean, like typically, like in the Parent Trap, did they make them like slightly different?
Isn't one British?
Yes, that's the difference. So there's like a slight difference.
So Lindsay Lohan British accent
Actually,
Yeah.
I wrote that down too. I said no fucking way the dad would know.
picks that out.
No, exactly. That's what I
The
mean.
the one that I did agree with is how the dog knew,
I like
Yeah.
that the dog.
because they're gonna smell different.
And the kids knew.
Well, the kid didn't. The
their
mom,
mom
told
told
Mom
the
told
kids.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
Which they would know by the cooking. She completely,
Butchered every
Butchered.
Scrambled
yeah.
eggs, and she fucking like burned them or something.
it's really, drops
So
the
essentially,
egg
you
there.
have a situation where neither of them want to plan the party that they're supposed to plan, so they go and plan different parties, which is like super dumb to me. And also, why is the art teacher at the school the one that's responsible for this gigantic like Christmas festival that they have every year?
That she conveniently loves Christmas so
Yeah,
much.
but
too.
they're like, oh, you're the art teacher. This is your job.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that.
Yeah. You're artsy. Here, do this.
The big difference is their clothes.
One dress is nice,
And the other
dress
one-
is
The other
homely.
dress is like a bomb.
Homely, which makes you a bum,
Yeah.
apparently. Which then,
Yeah.
right now, I shouldn't be at this table with
I
you
mean,
guys.
she was wearing jeans and like a nice sweater.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand
I
how she's
thought she
supposed to
looked
look.
Yeah,
nice.
it was gross.
She's wearing like something
I had to
would
turn it
wear-
off at that point.
Like something I would wear to Christmas dinner. They're like, oh, what a loser.
Yeah, I was so disgusted. I had to pause the movie and come back later. I
So-
barfed. I barfed for that.
Did you actually?
No.
Oh. No, that- well, we are recording this live.
Yeah, on.
Yeah, Merry Christmas,
on
everyone.
Yeah, Merry
morning,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas Eve morning. We are here
We're
live
on
broadcasting.
both. We're recording it on both.
Yes, we are.
started at 11:50
If you pause,
so that we can go. Yeah. Oh, wait for it.
yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So they're doing the thing. They're doing the typical tropes. There's two conveniently handsome men.
Another trope. I said, oh no, I dropped my things. I hope a handsome man doesn't come help me.
Exactly.
And then after he picks up her thing, he just slips in there that he's an architect.
Yeah, well, you got to know.
Very sly.
You have to know.
Greg
Very
Turner,
sly.
architect. Greg Turner, I pitched as the villain of the film
Why?
because I needed one, and so eventually I said,
actually
you know
liked
what,
him.
Greg is the bad guy. Because here's what happens, right? And so if I'm gonna some spoilers coming out. At one point they call and they're like, listen, here's the deal, no romance. It's gonna get messy if there's romance. I knew that wasn't going to fly. I just had a feeling that was going to come back to haunt them.
Absolutely. It did. When I was watching it, I did say that might reappear.
I don't remember what I'm talking about, but I wrote both sisters need dick, and in parentheses I put elevator scene. Any that jog a memory for either of you?
The
What's
elevator scene is when they're going up to the brunch.
and they're both talking about like they haven't been fucked in a while. Right?
They're
Which
not,
is-
there's nobody else.
I
think
feel
they
like I
said.
watched
Something
a very
you-
different movie.
Nah, I don't think that those were the words. They said,
don't
my
outright say
last
it.
note, when everything like works out, I did write, you think they'll get drunk and fuck the wrong sister ever. But I think at that point I was just bored with the film. So I was like, all right, I'm done with
This one was. I thought this one was tough.
Not in those words, but they both pretty much say like, yeah, it's been a while since I got fucked.
Yeah, I think you're right, Shane.
But
Come on.
You are right. You're the king. So
the dad actually says it when they get to brunch. He goes, "Oh, this was a trip. This is all a trick because neither of you have been dicked down recently, and we need to fix that."
you know what the problem was? I watched it on TV. You guys watched it on streaming. That's why that.
I
that was
watched your
censored.
version.
I know.
You just weren't reading between the lines.
I guess I was, and I had to pick up on what the dad was.
The
clearly
dad didn't
throwing
wear
down.
pants for half the movie. His dick was out the whole time.
They only showed him from the waist down too. It was strange.
Yeah, it was a really weird,
And
big
then-
mouth type thing going on.
Handsome guy also steals
Which
her
handsome
folder. This is
That's
this is
Tom
Chris
Kinder. That's Tom
disguised
Kinder.
as Kate business.
Tom Kinder.
Tom Tinder steals her folder, mentions he's an architect, and then just so I guess he
No,
can.
Greg Turner steals. Tom Kinder steals the
I am
binder.
so confused.
Tom Kinder is Littleton.
Okay.
Greg Turner's Big City.
So we got small town boy and big city man.
Yeah, Big City man steals
Both-
the folder.
both
Small
handsome-
town
She
boy
drops her. She
steals
drops
it.
her stuff. He takes her folder. I guess so he has an excuse to come back and see her later
Yeah, of course.
and mention that he's an architect again.
Um,
He's like, hey, I noticed this wasn't one of my architect folders.
I will say these gentlemen are handsome. I did not like the lawyer as much. He's kind of slimy. The little town, small town boy, but the big town. I
He
like.
seemed like he was the villain.
Yeah,
at
he did.
first.
Yeah, he did.
And I
'cause
was like, oh, here's the bad
this
guy.
piece of shit coming in with
He's
his
coming
fat
in.
check,
Yeah.
being so generous.
Rich.
Oh,
see,
fucking.
I wrote-
made my skin crawl.
I wrote down rich donor. Oh, they're gonna fuck.
Yeah, of
I mean,
course.
everybody was gonna fuck somebody.
They both
The principal had to
needed it.
fuck somebody at some point
The,
too.
the business girl needed it to just unwind.
to relax.
The other one just needed it because she deserved.
She's worked hard.
Because classic movie. Her ex is getting remarried, and she's totally cool with it.
she loves.
She loves
likes,
the ex.
She likes the new.
the new,
more than the ex.
yes, she does. So they decide, okay, we go about it. The first day goes fine, and they decide that they want to keep doing this. There was legit one scene I actually laughed at. Small town girl Chris is in Kate's apartment and opens the fridge and sees tofu and goes, how are you even supposed to cook that? And it actually legitimately made me laugh. I wrote it down. But I'll hand the reins back off to you, Shane. The mom's sister, Kate, who is the rich one, or the business one, is struggling to open up a packet of bacon and making breakfast for these 2 fucking kids that I hated the boy.
Nice.
He is
Gabe tries
awful.
to make out with the dog at the end of the movie.
Does he? I missed that.
Also, the daughter is...
She looks like Brie Larson.
It's Candace Cameron's daughter.
Oh, really? I thought she kind of looked like a young Brie Larson.
Also,
I just happened to look it up for...
The little boy is a pretty shit singer.
Yeah, he is not good.
I looked up
terrible.
the cast, and it's her daughter.
So I just kind of have most of my notes are actually about the boy because I just
how
found
much you
him,
hated him?
I hated him so
I have
much.
a lot about Greg Turner because he was a villain, but I'll walk everybody through that.
So I think this is when they're playing with the aunt, right? And they're like, "We know that you guys switch mom called," and he goes, "You aren't clones, you're twins." I'm like, "No, they're literally
legitimately
clones.
clones.
They're the
How
same
do you
person."
think this was to film? Like that elevator scene when we were talking to each other was probably super weird.
I wish he would have had to film the scene twice.
That's what I'm saying.
But what made me laugh was when they didn't want to waste CGI money, where they would one of them would be talking and you would
You
only see
look
the back
over
of the
their
head of the
shoulder.
other one.
Yeah. I liked at
That's classic.
the very end too. They're like me thinking as like an actress, she's sitting talking to herself about how great she is. Like it was like the end of the movie.
Yeah.
You're beautiful and you're smart and you're so powerful and independent and all the shit that she says. And I'm like, that had to be super weird to just be like hyping yourself up back and forth.
So I will say there was one part that I keep saying I will say that. I'm just gonna fucking say it. I'm sorry, guys.
Say it, yeah. No.
That actually the scenes with them together, sometimes you can kind of tell. I thought it was actually CG wise, really well
It looked
done.
good.
That's
Yeah.
because they saved all that money
For that.
with the over-the-shoulder shots.
big. Well,
So
it's
look,
also-
look, we got to run a budget here.
It's big time Hallmark money.
That's true. Clearly, this was their big
Right,
Thursday night premiere.
Yeah.
There's literally 4 locations.
We weren't watching this on ABC.
No,
we were watching this
Oh
on
my god, no,
Hallmark.
of course not. So
I
what
just
next,
noticed
Shane?
one of my notes way at the bottom is the sun sucks.
Yeah, it does.
he
And at the
stinks.
very
He's
end,
a
the
shit actor.
last scene when they're at Christmas, he's literally staring the dog's eyes longingly. It looked like he was gonna kiss the dog. I wrote that down. Gabe's trying to make out with the dog.
Oh god, I might have to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
I didn't delete it off my DVR yet.
I watched it. So RP DVR'd it. I watched it on there too. So there's a couple things because I wasn't fast forwarding through commercials. I don't know why. I just sat there and was grading or something like that when it was
You needed a break from the movie.
yeah, right. And they had the Applebee's Cheetos crusted boneless wings.
Did you look it up? I looked at takeout.
I want to get them. Yeah,
That's what I mean.
no.
They weren't on the takeout menu.
Oh,
so I was
they
gonna
weren't.
do 'em.
Yeah, no.
So I kept
wanted-
seeing that, too.
That's one. I have side notes, and that was one of them.
Have you, if you guys out there have tried the Cheetos, please let us know. Maybe we'll send you some
I'm
free shit.
curious. Yeah, I mean, flaming hot. I would like to find out how those wings are.
Applebee's. So Applebee's has these
Yeah, I kind of put it together from what you guys were saying.
but just so so you aware they're just boneless wings in Cheetos powder.
Instead of breading, they use.
I
the
think
Cheetos
it's still
powder.
breaded.
No, I think they're just
and then they just it almost like a rub. It's like a Cheetos rub.
yeah.
So they would they,
So,
would
what
they be
you-
really dry though?
So what you thought it was?
It wouldn't be like hot sauce.
Exactly
It'd be
that.
It's
dry
exactly
and-
that. Yeah.
They rubbed
Just
off
go-
all over the wings.
They rubbed off
Yeah.
on their wings.
Let's go get them right now.
That's what I was gonna
wanted
say.
to,
Do you
yeah.
want to
that sounds
return to our glory days when we were I don't even know how old you guys were.
Applebee's.
We would go to
I
we
love
went to
Applebee's.
Applebee's 2 or 3 times and
Yeah.
just
all the
yeah,
time.
well, you can get drunk for $10.
I know. Yeah, that's why
we
we
were having
went.
some
So we'd
wild
get Blue
specials.
Moons.
It's a pretty good deal.
The Blue Moons are really.
It's
They
a
give you
gigantic
a tall
Blue
boy
Moon.
Blue Moon, $3.
This episode brought to you by Applebee's.
Yes, it is.
Keep
brought
it
to
up,
you by-
guys. Keep it up.
So I want to call it out. We used to do that a lot. We used to just say brought to you by whatever
Yeah.
we were doing.
Fake
The
plugs.
Always Sunny podcast does legitimately the same exact
Nah,
thing.
that's what
and
you guys said.
Yeah.
So I contacted our lawyer and
Are we gonna own them too?
We might, but I like that.
For all the things that we own,
we're broke.
we're poor.
You know
really
what? You
don't
know
have
why
a lot
we're
of
poor?
money.
Because we don't have a dream board, which
Law of a Dream Board.
he walked in and went, Dream Board,
Dream Board.
cool. And I was like, I said, this guy ain't
That's
real.
why he's the villain, dude.
I was like, this guy
He's
ain't
fake.
real.
He knows how to play it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, handsome guy likes dream boards. I'm so wet.
Yeah, dude. Greg Turner. Let me explain to you why Greg Turner is a villain. Right? So he's falling in love with a small town swapped girl who is now being a businesswoman.
Is she hot?
Candace Cameron? Yeah, she could, but only it's like asking if Topanga's hot. Like
True.
she's been hot since I was 6, so yeah,
True,
I'm never
true.
gonna say she's not
As
hot.
as I digress you.
Yeah, but I don't think that's how that works.
Right.
So one, right? He does the sneaky folder thing, so that he has an opportunity to go back, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll draw up all the architecture stuff for this gingerbread." Like, which they did a silent auction for gingerbread houses that were shaped like buildings, and I was like,
All the money go to charity.
I wouldn't buy that though.
This guy's the worst.
Yeah, so whatever. He's clearly just trying to get in.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I'm all right with that. He says he wants to get married once. Like he's looking for the perfect person.
Yeah.
It was like a big thing about how like he only wants to do it one time. Because which one would she be? Kate, right? Is the teacher the actual?
No,
Kate
Chris
is
is-
business.
So, all right, so
is teacher.
Chris is divorced.
Yeah.
So she's like,
So he
it's
kind of like
ooh,
takes a
it's
shot
like,
at
oh,
her. Yeah, without knowing.
Which like is
He's
kinda-
like, I don't want to get divorced like some fucking loser.
Like your
Basically,
loser sister.
without
Yeah.
saying it. But also, like, what kind of person? Like, he had to say that out loud. Like, I want to find the right person and settle down one time. Is there anybody who's ever been like, I want to have at least 3 marriages? Like, it's kids. Like, for me, I'd like to have 2 or 3 kids. I want to have at least 2 or 3 marriages
Look,
to really wet my
figure it out.
feet.
This guy's a real phony.
Look,
I'm on Bob's side. This guy's a villain.
I
It
don't
gets
want
worse.
to.
I have a lot of
no
villain stuff.
way.
It gets worse. Yeah.
Who went on the ice skating date? Was that
It
him?
was supposed to be
No,
Tom
no,
Kinder.
it's the small town.
Oh, it was the
Small
other one.
town.
Cause,
So wait,
'cause
so
I made a note
With
that
her, with
he
Kate.
he
Yeah,
grabbed a
big town.
tit while they were ice skating.
Did he?
She like fell or
Oh,
something,
he's a
and
creep.
he grabbed her.
Yeah,
he
he's
got a handful of tits.
He's a creep too.
We should
Also,
report that.
that's
He's so
like
canceled.
really tiny. Like that ice skating rink that they had.
I
At
thought
the
you were talking
festival.
about her knockers.
No, well, they
They're
are.
not the
They
same
were too
size.
by comparison to Joey Sweden's. So anyway, then the truth comes out at the Christmas party that she's not Kate. She's
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
And then she drives back to Littleton,
Mm-hmm.
and Greg Turner follows her there.
Kisses the wrong person.
That's an hour drive. Like it's an
Oh, yeah,
hour.
that's
it's
a big time.
It's a convenient thing if you're going to visit somebody,
Yeah.
but to stalk somebody an hour away
It's not cool.
is excessive.
I don't remember exactly what she tells him to explain, but she did this real roundabout way when she could have just said, "Yeah, I have a twin sister,"
I'm
and
not.
we swapped places.
Yeah.
But she's like, "I'm not who you think I am. It's complicated." And she like, runs
Hold
away.
on,
Well, that's
hold
'cause they
on. Can
wanted
I
to
record
acknowledge
that again?
Avril.
I need to record that.
I think I
already
saw.
recording, you
I
dick.
just he wants
No,
to see your face.
This needs to go. I'm like a proud parent. Go ahead.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Put your fucking phone away.
Do it again.
Come on, the fans got to see it. It's on tape.
Do it, Shane.
I'm not who you think I am.
Wow, that was better than the first one. That was That
Wow.
was even better than the first one.
So yeah, that's kind of
like you can't put that on Snapchat type video. We'll use it when we need it.
It's going on the Instagram.
So Greg Turner stalks her for an hour away, drives an hour to go find her, right? Then kisses the wrong girl.
Yep. Big time. They're not
Then
even wearing the same
kisses
stuff.
the wrong girl, ruins her romance,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and while she's trying to like fix it, goes, "Well, wait, you need to help me first." Like super selfish. Like, oh shit, yeah, I should have made out with you. You're your sister. I love your sister.
Yeah, how did he even know?
But also,
how did he not
like
know?
I know that I just ruined that because I just made out with you in front of that guy for the second time that guy's had to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, fuck him. I'm still trying to bone your sister. Can you help me out?
Yeah, what a sad story on that guy. They made a note of really drilling, and then he got like cheated on pretty bad.
Yeah, he really got.
yeah, that did
dirtballed.
suck.
And then at the very end, when he like comes to the house, which is even stalkery, at least the first time around, he's like, "I'm going to this gigantic festival in Littleton."
Well, I think the house was set up with the sister. I think she set that up. They told him to come.
Yeah, that's what happened, but still creepy by
Yeah.
like from
Oh,
the
yeah,
other
sure,
standpoint.
sure.
It's a very aggressive kiss that he gives her.
Mm-hmm.
Very aggressive, like almost like he wants to eat her face.
I think he
type
was
aggressive.
hoping it was the sister.
Yeah, I mean at the house, it was very like almost like face eating type kiss.
Mm-hmm.
So like at that's where I wrote aggressive kiss from Greg Turner, the villain of the movie.
I think you've turned me.
I'd established that he was the villain by
Oh,
then.
I've accepted way long ago that he was the villain.
This dude, I need a
He
bad
convinced
guy.
me pretty
I
early.
need a guy to root against. So when it
Yeah.
comes to Hallmark movies, I hope that they get divorced.
We needed.
I hope that
one.
he did all this work to not ever have to get divorced.
I will say that
It
is
just
weird.
doesn't
We
work
didn't
out.
have like a villain. Typically, there's like a.
I think
Stiff.
it's either him or it's the sisters. Because why are none of these adults pissed that they got parent trapped?
Yeah,
I'd be furious if I was like, wait, you've been lying to me about who you are for the last
Yeah.
2 weeks?
Immediately, you're fired.
Yeah. The first thing is, I would say, how fucking old are you? That's first. Like,
Yeah,
what is wrong with you that you're
especially-
parent trapping?
Chris, who was the teacher,
Well, she's on winter break.
you're fired because this person doesn't have all the proper clearances to be around children
She's
all
on
day.
winter break though. She wasn't actually teaching.
she didn't have to
She was
teach.
just planning the festival.
Shane's just looking for the laws that
Yeah.
are being broken here.
I was trying to make her the villain.
No, it's Greg Turner or it's both of them.
So-
You can't single out one of the sisters.
So Bob did a really good job, pretty much summarizing the plot of the business side. Shane, do you want to take over the Littletown side of things with Kate and
Chris's little.
and lawyer?
He was
Lawyer,
the lawyer.
yeah.
Right?
But
Yeah, 'cause
Kate
he was
is
the
there.
donor.
Yeah.
He was the donor for the no.
He
which
is.
one
He
donor?
was a lawyer. Stopped being a lawyer.
Oh, he was.
And
He
then
was
he's giving money for the festival
He was
because he's trying to buy his kid's way
Yeah,
into having
yeah,
friends.
yeah.
Is essentially what he said.
Yeah, when he
Yeah.
showed up and said there was something wrong with the lights at the girl's house, and he showed up with a tool belt, but all he needed was a stapler gun. I thought that was pretty funny.
But he also like he donates all that money for the festival, and the principal openly says his son is starting here after
Yeah.
break, and he wants to get him off on the right foot. So it's like, yeah, he's buying
He's buying affection.
friends for
Yeah.
his son. Real class acts. He's a villain too. They're all villains. This whole movie's villains.
Also-
That's the problem. It's not that there's no villains. There's no good guys. The dad,
especially the kid,
the dog.
his son. I put here the kid really does stink. Can't even act properly cleaning dishes. Do you remember when he was cleaning the
Yeah.
dishes? He's just
Not
This.
doing an effective job.
yeah. This movie stinks. I think the business side was the more interesting story
Because the
of-
other side didn't make sense. Like I
Yeah.
said, like you're the art teacher. Now you're going to set up this huge town-wide festival.
yeah.
Why is one person in charge of that?
Yeah, shouldn't there be like a committee or
Yeah,
something?
like a group.
It doesn't have any help.
Yeah,
And it's
just one
Littleton.
person.
Like I feel like there's not a lot to do there. You'd think people would be jumping at the opportunity to do something.
Yeah, they
Anything.
have to keep the things because only small town people enjoy
Santa Claus.
Santa
Santa's
Claus
corner.
essentially where and she's like removed like Santa's corner, the ice rink for like
She made it all super like.
quote unquote like fancy things, and it's like okay, well, small town people can't enjoy
Which
that.
was silver
There's a
and
lot
blue,
of
I think.
generalization in this movie.
Well, she did that.
Oh yeah, they
but
shit on
then-
like the responsibilities of a teacher straight
Yeah,
up.
big
like,
time. Are you offended by that?
I was, and then also, but then
sorry.
also like
Sorry, we picked this.
Chris was the now selling apartments. That was
yeah.
that became her job.
Yes.
And she just walks into a meeting and fucking crushes it. Like, yeah, this isn't that hard.
So my note was convince the businessman too easily. Sister ran that amok. Ballsy move. Checkmate, Jasper. She was like telling him what to say, and then she was like, "Nah."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she's like, so the business sister's biggest client comes in, and obviously it's
Needs to meet with Kate.
she needs to meet with Kate immediately.
But it's Chris.
So she's like, "I don't know what to do," and then so
Is your hair down? She says.
Yes.
Put your Bluetooth in.
So put the Bluetooth in. She's like talking to her. These scenes are never convincing either. Like, and then they
it's just
follow
like a
up.
long delay
Yeah, what, is
in
something
between
wrong with you?
conversations.
Yeah. It's just like a silence. Like after they ask her a question, she's just waiting for the like.
It's like when they cut to the weather people during hurricanes. It's like
Hi, Tom.
I can't hear you very well.
Yeah, the wind is really strong down here.
So she's saying what the sister's telling her to say, and then she decides to just go amok and say, "Oh, the reason why these need to be families, for families. This is why nobody's looking for a spot here." And he goes, "I'm convinced. Let's do it."
Let's rearrange everything that we
A
planned.
businessman would have said, "Fuck that." It's stupid.
Why aren't they selling? He says, "Why aren't they selling?" It's like, "Oh, I'll fix this." No
And
worries.
the other sister's just ruining Christmas with fancy
So
Christmas.
this is my favorite thing about all this, and it has actually nothing to do with this movie. So the song at the end is "Silent Night," like that's the credit song. which worked out perfectly because I had this as a note for a side story, and then that made it better. So my parents watch these movies all the time. They were watching a Lifetime Christmas movie.
Oh,
so
get that off.
Similar, but not the same, right?
We don't endorse that.
And the girl says to the guy, that they were at a party and there's music playing, and she goes, "Do you remember this song?" This was the song that was playing the first time we met, and the song was "Silent Night," which is just such a weird question for me to say. Hey, the Jingle Bells is playing. Hey, do you remember this song that everyone has always known since the beginning of time? Do you recall Jingle Bells? Do you remember Silent Night? Yes, he fucking remembers Silent Night. I just thought that was so funny, and then they had Silent Night as their last song, and it made them
awful. So then I guess the next event is the party at the work party where they do the whole montage of baking gingerbread and drinking hot cocoa out of empty cups because those cups are not real.
Wait, there's a montage before we get to that. There is a montage when they go shopping together. They're setting up that it's big city.
Yeah.
And they walk out of a store, and there's just a random easel.
Yeah.
And Chris is the art teacher, and she just starts painting.
Yeah.
I'm why the fuck is that on the sidewalk? Just randomly.
She paints a Christmas tree.
There's just a random paint board. I don't know what's the name for that.
She gotta pay for that now.
Yeah,
it's like a canvas. It was like a canvas.
Yeah, but just posted with paint out. Hey, whoever wants to paint.
It would have made more sense if they were add an ornament, and then she could do that. But no, she painted a whole tree.
There was
in
nothing.
2
It was
seconds.
a blank canvas with a bunch of paint in front of it.
Infuriating. So the one thing I did want to call out is because she transforms Kate's bland gray apartment into a Christmas holiday, fun zone, and then they go to the party. And I just wanted to call out the dancing. If you look in the movie, if you're watching it, they're recorded. It's at the hour 31-minute mark. But as they breeze by it, there are 2 people in the background dancing. Right here. It's pretty awful.
Dancing like Charlie Brown characters.
Yep. Yeah, it was pretty awful. Do have one more. So after the sisters are at the carnival at the end, they have to sneak by Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. And I don't know if you guys really picked up on this, but this is pretty terrible. They are just looking away, and they just sneak in front of them.
Well, she's not even looking away. She's looking.
Yeah,
in
they
their
look
direction.
like robots.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And then that's when evil man comes and kisses her, just shooting from the hip, assuming it's her.
Greg Turner just finding the first blonde girl he sees and just slapping his tongue in her mouth.
Yeah, I mean
disgusting.
This movie stinks.
Fucking disgusting.
I
threw up 4 times during this film.
I made a note. There was a decorating montage. Was that when
That was towards the end.
Kate? Who was decorating what?
It was Kate decorating with the dad and the kids. They were decorating the house.
The worst
She
Christmas
decorated
song
the
that I've
house?
ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
remember that.
Yeah, they were decorating the tree.
Oh, okay.
Worst Christmas song I've ever heard.
What was it?
I don't know. It was like the copyright for every Christmas song was too much, so they just made one up.
Oh, it was Silent Night.
They
was
used
terrible.
all the CGI. I remember that song.
Yeah,
I would have
yeah.
remembered if it was Silent Night because
No,
that's a
it
song
was.
that I remember.
Go,
Oh,
go,
yeah, you do remember
go back
that.
and go back and watch it. It is the worst song that I've ever heard.
All right. I hope it's I don't know.
Dude, it's
I hope
terrible.
it's my favorite Christmas song.
I mean, it was enough for me to make a note
Either
about
that
it.
or I hope it's a Christmas song they were making up on the spot.
That's what it sounds like.
It's just like
It's like we're here for Christmas,
Santa Claus things.
and we're drinking eggnog.
And
That's
there's
like
a gingerbread man, and he's coming in the door.
I'm thoroughly
Stay
enjoying
away from
this.
me, gingerbread man. Oh no!
We're the 3 kings
Don't-
in the north.
Don't put that gingerbread there.
you guys. I think we should put this on vinyl right now.
I got it ready to go. Just
Well, we
export
have it
press
recorded,
it.
yeah.
We do. It's ready to go. This is prime time.
I'm calling a radio station immediately. We're getting this put on the airways.
Payola.
This is our big break.
We can slip this into B101s. They do have 24 hours commercial free, so I think we can slip this in there. I know somebody. They need to fill time.
They need.
They
there's,
need us.
There's no way there's 24 hours of. It's not just everybody covering the same song.
Oh, it's just no. They replay.
They
I mean,
replay.
I've been
Yeah.
listening to them a lot.
He's still on there. That night, Delilah.
Stop again.
So we're just cutting this back
horrible
in
color.
too. So Shane was talking about basically he's drank an entire bottle of Jack Daniels.
No,
And
no,
Winter.
It's Winter Jack. It's
Winter.
15%,
Yeah.
but
What's the difference? between a regular Jack and that.
Regular Jack
Jack's,
is
I think,
like 40%.
What? Oh,
This is there's
that's a
cider.
It's like a liqueur almost.
So yeah, we're gonna make it big on B101
I mean, that's the only way to make it in the industry.
because
if
I'm
you're not
doing-
on B101, you're nothing.
You're a piece of shit.
You're
I do want to
nothing.
introduce myself as Pizza King in the Northeast, singer.
On
Just
stage?
like Gabriel Dixon introduces himself as Gabriel Dixon, son.
He does. Yeah.
That was so fucking weird.
He
At
sucks.
the end of the movie.
He sucks.
Yeah, this kid sucks. I hate him.
He was the worst.
I hope that he is not an actor anymore. I want him to be a
might
failure in life,
Wow.
just like he was in this movie.
Gabe or the kid or both?
Both.
Shane's inner demons are coming out here.
Hey, maybe that Winter Jack is working.
But I think that the movie ends. Of course, they all end
Oh,
up together.
I had a note at the end. Both handsome guys like admit that they knew something was up. How?
Yeah, right. You did.
How?
Why'd you let it go then?
Yeah, you liar.
You should have known immediately when you.
They were just so embarrassed that they got parent trapped, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, I knew."
I can explain. I'm a twin. No,
Yeah.
you could have just said that, you idiot.
So before we wrap up this movie, do you guys have anything to
I would like to propose that we create the premise for a new Hallmark Christmas.
I was gonna say, I think we could write a better movie. Than
Very
that.
simply, right?
The main
Every
lead-
Hallmark movie's the same. I'm coming back from the big city to go to the little town.
The main lead, keeping in the Full House family, Kimmy Gibbler.
Okay. Love
she
that.
have
I
a-
was gonna
oh.
say we cast it. We come up with what like because it's always something like that, right? She's like a businesswoman now. She's gonna go back and remember like the folksy aspects of the
Yeah.
little town. So we need a career. What is her big business job in her big town? Who
What
does
is-
she fall in love with when she goes back? What is their job?
What is Kate's big business job? Is she in
She's
like
a-
marketing?
She's a marketing department.
oh.
It was no. Well,
Was she a real estate developer?
She was. Yeah,
real
that's
estate
the
developer.
word.
Okay.
That we were looking for.
So basically, that's how the movie ends. They all end up happy together. They have a nice Christmas.
For now,
That's the movie.
Craig Turner is going to end up getting divorced.
So, okay, the premise for our Hallmark movie.
We know the premise. The premise is always the
What's
same.
the
So what
name?
are the jobs? We can figure out the name once we figure out like what they do, who they are.
Three Kings present
Three
a
Kings
Hallmark
present,
movie.
Yeah. So she's got to have like a fancy corporate job.
Yeah.
So her corporate job, because she could be the head manufacturer of popsicle sticks. How do we feel about that? Do we like it?
What,
Do we
what if
not?
she's like a CEO of a popsicle stick company?
I like that we can focus on like the big time stress of being in the popsicle stick industry.
They got to make it through, ready for summer. You got to get, you got to get.
Wait,
the
it doesn't have to
popsicle-
be a Christmas movie, but it could be because the off season for popsicle sticks is really
Is-
when you make your shifts, you change things.
Yeah. So
That's where the innovation happens.
Well, no, I think we should probably bring it back to our roots and just do candy cane.
Should we make
A chocolate. Yes,
She works for a chocolate
company.
company.
If we're making a chocolate movie, I'm leaving. Like, I'm not. I don't want any part of
Absolutely
this.
no chocolate.
I don't want any part of this.
So she goes home to her
All right,
small
so
town.
she works for X company. We'll figure out the
Yeah,
what
She
she does.
she goes home to Smallton.
Smallton, Wisconsin.
Yes,
Because there needs
Wisconsin's
to be
good. I like
there
that.
needs
Yes.
to be snow on the ground.
Yes, of
Wisconsin's
course.
good. I like that.
No. Let's make it Philadelphia. Let's make it home. Because I feel like Philadelphia does not get represented in these. It's always New
Well,
York.
she's from Philadelphia. That's where she works. It's a big town.
Oh,
She's
okay.
got to go back to a small town. That's just how the
So
Hallmark.
she works in like downtown Philly.
Yeah. She has to
that
go.
big popsicle stick company in downtown Philly.
She has to go back to.
She goes back to Smallton, Wisconsin.
Smallton, Wisconsin. Yes, of course. Big cheesehead.
Yeah.
There's a possible business venture
then
between cheese and sticks.
Yeah, they want to do cheese on a stick.
Yes.
So she goes home, but she's
It's a
also
strictly
like,
business
she's
trip.
in business. So she falls in love with the cheese representative
Yes.
because he's trying to like
The son of Mr. Munster?
I don't
Or no.
There's
Maybe,
a lot of options for cheese there.
His name's got to be Jack.
His
Jack
name's
Monterey.
his name's Jack Gorgonzola.
There we go.
Gorgonzola was funny, but Monterey. So Jack Monterey. All right. So this girl falls in love, or she went to high school with Jack Monterey. but,
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
Didn't click. She had big
What's-
city dreams.
Yeah. So then while she's there, she starts to like remember how much she loves this small town,
Mm-hmm.
and her parents who are, what's their profession? Why are you
I'm just thinking of them, Jack Monterey and Terry Woodchip. They just, I don't know.
Her parents have to have some like really like folksy career. Like they're like they run like a bakery.
Like a mom
They're
and pop
wood.
shop.
Yeah.
They're carpenters. And like a style that's like shit you would get like Knoebels.
She
like,
makes
fancy wood.
they just make rocking chairs like like a Cracker Barrel.
They work in Cracker.
They are the number one chair
That's where,
company that
that's
Cracker
where-
Barrel buys from.
Yes, that's it. Because
Yeah.
those are really good rocking chairs. Jesus
That's
Christ.
their focus, and they like work out of like a barn.
So that's how she gets through like her
So
business.
she comes
day to
home,
day.
and they're trying to convince her that like she needs to come home.
Yeah.
Like, she'll be happier.
We
there.
understand that you work for the big wood, but come
Yeah.
down and look.
Well,
for
not
the
even
little
that.
ones.
That she could do that job from.
Is their business struggling maybe, and they need
Ooh, that could be another
Need
reason
her
she
help?
comes home.
Yeah,
That's
that could
a
be.
combination.
she has to come home and like consult them?
for a fee?
Oh no! Here's what.
No,
it
wait.
is,
She's
right?
got to go to the cheddar company. She's got to.
No, she's going. She comes home for the cheese deal,
Yes.
but then she finds out that the business is struggling.
and
So she sticks around to help out.
They didn't
Classic.
tell her because they don't want to interrupt her busy business life
Yeah, because
down in Philly.
because she's the popsicle stick.
She's the
queen.
She's
of
the popsicle queen of Pennsylvania.
Hallmark, you have all of our
You
contact
know where
information.
we are. So okay. So all right. So we have.
I mean, the rest writes itself. She
Yeah,
falls
so-
in love. She stays home. It's just
So we have-
you just got to set up that beginning part.
But we have Jack Monterey.
Jack Monterey
is the head.
is the
of-
star of the movie.
He's the star of the Monterey Cheddar family
And
company.
Kimmy
whatever.
Gibbler is playing this girl. Don't forget.
Yeah. So we need a name for her. What's her? I feel like Terry.
It's Kimmy Gibbler.
Oh, okay. Just Kimmy Gibbler. I like that. Okay, so Kimmy Gibbler and Jack Monterey have fond memories of fondue fountain trips and
Yeah, 'cause he provides the cheese.
yeah. So that's how they made their
Maybe they go on a fondue date. And
Yeah.
she like is like critiquing the craftsmanship of the sticks that they're using.
because they're there for a business
and
deal, right?
he's critiquing the cheese on a stick.
She
And
needs
he's
to
like, "Let's put
know.
this stuff
He needs
together."
to know that her sticks can withstand the temperature of the melted cheese.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's fondue involved, and then like he like.
Oh,
his-
we need a trap. There needs to be some sad. Like, is the sad that the parents' business?
So
is
yeah,
failing?
that's gonna fail. They're gonna have to
Parents'
sell their
business is failing, but they didn't want to tell her.
Yeah.
So then she decides after being home
She's
for Christmas.
she's considering leaving her job to come back home.
or or it turns out that she can work from Smallton.
True.
She can still keep her career, but stay in Smallton.
So is there a villain? Is there a villain coming in to
No,
buy the
not-
Monterey? Not in our story.
Not here. The villain is
Maybe the parents' business
corporate
is
America.
well. Maybe
is
the
the
business
villain.
is failing because there's a competing business that's running them out, and then they need to like innovate. Maybe they need to make something other than rocking chairs.
She does like the pitch that like
Yeah, she comes in and
we're
saves the day.
homesy, like we're folksy. We're always going to produce these things from the heart.
We're gonna have good wood
Good wood.
Good
might
wood
be
and-
the name of the movie.
and smelly cheese. Good
Yeah,
wood.
Good wood might be the name.
I've seen that one before.
That's the name of the shop. It's Gibbler's Goodwood.
Wow.
All right, so it's starring Kimmy Gibbler, whatever that actress's name.
Her name's
Nah,
just, it's just Kimmy Gibbler.
Her
We're gonna
character's
call
name
her on
is,
set.
Her character's name is Kimmy Gibbler. The actress's name is Kimmy Gibbler. There's going to be no confusion whatsoever.
Can we
Everybody
have,
knows.
can
who
we
that
have
person is.
Steve play Jack
I
Monterey?
think that we should have Steve as Jack Monterey too. I
Yeah.
actually think the same thing.
And then the parents should be.
The parents are Candace Cameron because she's legally obligated to be in the film.
She could be the best friend and
Okay.
small that stayed there, and then we can have Aunt Becky in shackles as the mother. And
yeah,
then,
she zooms in from prison for all of her scenes.
and then Uncle Stavros as the dad, and their Gibbler wood business. This just writes itself. I love
yeah,
this.
I mean, I'm assuming that this is what Hallmark movie executives do.
They run a dream board. They sit around a dream
Exactly.
board.
They sit around pitching ideas and laughing how stupid they are.
And then they're like, somebody call up Lacey Chabert. She's gonna love this.
So I think next year we might have to vet these movies. We might have to go to our parents, and then Shane and Katie can figure it out one out too, and do it because the Lacey Chabert one that kept popping up on my commercials. looked horrendous. That they go to Ireland,
Yeah, the Ireland one.
and I
looked
thought
really
about
bad.
writing that down in my notes.
I think that was the new one.
Yeah, it is.
Like that came out like Saturday. I think you filmed it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It was like you recorded it the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
I think
you
that
guys
was
were.
coming out like that Saturday.
Yeah, that was a potato for Christmas, right?
It came on at midnight. We had this idea. We picked the movie, and
Yeah.
then we looked to see when it was coming on. It was like 8:00 at night, and it was airing that night at midnight.
Yep.
We're
So
like,
we
oh, this is
DVR'd
convenient.
it. But the Lacey Chabert movie, I think, is called A Potato for Christmas. A Potato
it's
King
a-
for
It's
Christmas.
something. Yeah, it's
They go to a
Christmas
castle
famine
in
I think
Ireland.
They call it.
Yeah,
Christmas famine.
All right, so that's our movie called The Three Kings Present Hallmark Christmases.
Oh, we need a good title.
Oh, we
for
do need a
this.
title. Shit.
The Philly Fondue.
Cheesy bread.
Cheesy Gordita Crunch.
Cheesy gordita crunch.
Is back.
Cheesy gordita Christmas.
No.
You have to have Christmas in the title.
Yeah.
Right?
Stuck for Cheesemas.
It's called Switch for Christmas.
Christmas cheese swap. Put your Christmas wood on this cheese. Your Here's your-
sticky Christmas.
a Christmas charcuterie board. There you go. It's wood and cheese. That one makes too much sense. Let's go back to the silly one.
Yeah, that might be the real name.
Yeah.
We have to figure out how to spell charcuterie.
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 Charcutie's the name of the movie.
There you go. Has nothing to do with sharks.
Yeah, but we can air it
terrified.
twice a year. We can Shark Week too.
Oh, we're gonna make so much royalties on this. See you guys. Christmas. We have Christmas album, a Christmas movie,
I can't wait to be a millionaire when
now a
this episode
Christmas
comes out.
podcast.
Christmas is gonna be good this year,
So,
boys.
so what gift do you need to prepare?
I'm done.
Is it the
'cause
manuscript
we're
for charcuterie?
Yeah, but I need to type,
Charcuterie
I need to
Christmas?
type that up ourselves.
Who do you need to buy?
I'm
Who do
done,
you need to buy
so
a 4XL T-shirt for this year?
We can kind of just gag it. So what's a funny present? This won't air until Christmas. I mean, because today is
Yeah.
Christmas.
Because we're recording it live.
Yeah, because today is Christmas. So I can say that I got my dad a Hallmark
How about-
Christmas book.
Oh yeah, we talked about this on the last
Yeah.
episode.
What does that mean? Like a Hallmark? What do you mean?
It's like
like
it's
my
got-
Marvel behind the scenes book,
It's got like behind the scenes stuff.
behind
It's
the
got like
scenes of
it's got
Hallmark.
like recipes in it and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
which I
It's
think
fucking
we said
great.
next year we're gonna make a recipe.
Yeah, we're
out of
making
that.
something from that.
We could share, what one of the worst gifts you've ever gotten, or the best gift you've ever gotten for
like
Christmas,
giving somebody,
and
or
just like
got?
a Hallmark Christmas movie. It ends very wholesomely.
The best I've ever gotten or the best I've ever given.
Either.
The funniest gift, and my brother and sister will back this up. The funny, like in our family, we play like if you want to win Christmas, you have to make my mom cry
Okay.
because like happy tears. We don't just try to like
Beat the shit
yeah,
out of
we
her.
don't beat my mom up
Rating
first
your
thing.
mom.
Tell
I
her
try to
somebody
get
dies.
I try to get her to say the F word on Thanksgiving. That's a more negative thing. So
You wanna hear
but
that
it's-
in my
it
house.
started in.
So you have to make her cry from like a good gift. You can't
Yeah,
be like,
well,
I
'cause
never
it
loved
started-
you.
she says that first thing in the morning, so we try not to turn that back.
Good
on
morning,
her.
Bobby. Time
Yeah,
for school. I've
yeah,
never loved
yeah.
you.
I did catch you the one time
You're a
practicing that
constant-
in the mirror.
Yeah,
I
she-
never loved you.
Yeah.
You.
You're
You. Really
you-
trying
you.
to-
You disappoint me.
Yes.
You.
She says Robert, in case you were confused, not your sister, not your brother. You're the one that I've never loved.
She practices enunciation like in the mirror. I hate my kids.
So, whatever year the Nintendo Wii comes in, great year for everyone.
Yeah,
But my mom wanted a Nintendo Wii, so my dad goes, "All right." It's so weird, right? Such a weird thing to want as she
No, it's
had
the fitness. Yeah.
she had to have
full-grown
been in
adult.
her she had to have been in her 50s at that point, or maybe she was
I think it's
around
like
50.
2008.
So she would have been she would have been like early 50s at that point. She just wants a Wii. So like I get her a controller, my brother gets her a game. So like we had all these little presents that would lead up to the Wii. And like Christmas morning, we all exchange, and then we opened whatever Santa got. Like that's always been the tradition. So she opens up one of the random things, and it's like a Wii controller. And she's like, "Oh my God, did I get a Wii?" And she starts crying because she's so happy. She's like, "Did I get I've always wanted a Wii." And I was like, "No, you didn't. You're fucking 50 years old, and it just came out 2 months ago." Like, on the grand scheme of your life, there's very little time that you've actually wanted a Wii.
But in the history of the Wii, she has always
that's,
wanted one.
that's also true. In the history of the Wii, there's a lot of time where she wanted one. So by the time she actually got to like opening up the wish, she was like hysterically crying. She was so happy.
That's
and like the
awesome.
running joke is like, if you want to win Christmas, you make my mom cry. But like my sister and my brother both got married. They have kids, so it's
it's
easy. It's
emotional.
easy pickings for them.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just like,
easy.
hey, I got you this sweatshirt with a cat on it. Do you really? Is the cat cute enough
Here's-
to cry over?
Here's these 2 tube socks. You really want
Yeah.
it?
Look,
Get
there's glitter instead of eyes.
Yeah.
Get her a sweatshirt of a cat being brutally murdered. She'd
That
probably
might make
cry
me
from
cry.
that.
You want to
What about
find the silliest cat sweatshirt? I'll buy that for my mom.
That's probably a good idea.
What
Is there one where like there's a hood that makes you look like
Oh,
a cat
I'm sure there
with
is.
like
I don't
got
know that
ear
she'd
like
like
cat
that.
ears?
What about you, Shane? Funniest gift, best gift,
Wow,
worst
that's the
gift?
first thing that popped up. This is a cat hoodie. It's to carry your cat around.
Oh my god,
That's ridiculous.
I hate cats.
Best gift is my parents used to do this thing where they'd send you downstairs to get something,
Mm-hmm.
or like there's I forgot something on the deck. Can you go get it? And there'd be like a bike out there,
Yeah.
and you'd freak out.
It's a pie.
It's always like a little like you had to earn that big
yeah.
gift.
So what were the big brands for like BMX bikes?
Oh, I don't know.
Mongoose? I was
Not
a
Mongoose,
guy.
Diamondback.
Diamondback.
I got a Diamondback.
That's a big
Yeah,
one.
that was a good fucking.
My best gift, I don't know.
One of
'cause-
your many Steelers jerseys.
Yeah, that's typically like a yearly thing. I've
He's
put a
wearing a
hold on
Steelers
that.
shirt right now, folks.
I am because they won today, or
Not
last
today,
Sunday.
because they don't play on Christmas.
They don't play on Christmas this year. I get one of the best gifts that I got. I did get a bike. I had that same like mouse chase kind of thing. Like you have to like detective
I think
figure
I
out
got
a bike
my bike for my birthday. I think I went to Toys R Us and picked it
and
out.
picked it out. That's pretty cool.
Vaguely remember that.
I've gotten a lot. I've been lucky enough to get one. I think the one that I would probably say like my PS3, but the one year that The Force Awakens came out, I was saying to my grandpa how they had the BB-8, like the app controlled BB-8,
remember
and I was
this.
like, "This is awesome, but you're stupid if you pay $150 for this." So he got it for me for Christmas.
Wasn't this like 3 years ago?
No, it was when The
that's
Force
probably
Awakens
5 or
came
6
out,
years ago.
2017.
Oh, okay.
And it was just very fun to me because he was like, "Yeah, I'm that idiot that
Yeah.
bought it for you," because he's like,
Fun story about the
wanted me to get
BB-8. My awful ex-girlfriend
"Yeah, trash."
bought me that. Also paid $150 for the BB-8 to try to like
When you back.
fix the relationship. So like she fucked another guy, and then said, "Hey,
Here's a BB-8.
here's a BB-8. This is good, right? We're
Did it work?
cool."
Did it work?
Nah, but I got a BB-8 out of it.
That's
I
pretty-
have since given it.
That's
to
what my
someone.
that's what my
I never
bike looked
used
like. Isn't that a sweet bike?
Yeah, I'm gonna send that to me because I can post. I can post it. I'll post it
It's a
seriously.
pretty
it.
sweet
Let me
bike.
see it. That is a sweet.
That's a
bike.
sweet bike.
Yeah, I gave that BB-8
It had
away.
pegs though. I need to find you one
To
with
somebody who
Somebody who deserved it.
yeah, mine just sits on my shelf.
It
But
was
that was a cool gift. Probably not the best, but it was just funny because I was like, "You're an idiot if you buy this," and then he was like, "I'm gonna get that for you."
It
would
would have been funny if you already bought it.
Yeah, last year. Last
So I
year
looked up
we,
crazy cat sweatshirts, and a volleyball dad sweatshirt popped up, and I
That's
think
weird.
that's kind of funny.
That
but
is
I'm
funny.
not gonna get it. I just don't know why it's here.
We did get my grandpa last year a girlfriend pillow, and it's literally like a pillow with tits that like you puts its arm around your shoulder. That was pretty funny.
I'm not. I mean, I feel like I give decent gifts, but none where I'm like, I really fucking knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, just
I'm
like,
also over giving parents gifts.
I'm
Like,
not a
just-
big gift guy in general. It's like parents, like like siblings, stuff like that. I feel like if I just give you $50, that's gonna go a lot further than like, hey, let me find
See, I'm
something
the-
worth
I
$50.
actually did pretty well this year with my family.
Yeah,
But my dad is like the worst to buy
that's why
fucking
we
gifts
It's
for.
hard.
we stopped,
I got
dude.
my
Because most of the time, my dad will open a gift and he'll just go, "Meh."
Yeah, my
Push to
dad
the side.
doesn't. My dad
got
doesn't.
my
show
dad a
any emotion.
candle that says,
But-
"Light this in case Ron farts."
That's actually pretty
Yeah,
awesome. That's a great gift.
That's what I got.
We just stopped doing
I'm
it
gonna laugh out of
because
Hey, he'll like it. If it says farts on it, my dad will like it.
we just stopped doing that because like my dad wouldn't. I would get my dad stuff, he wouldn't use it. Get my mom like,
That's
"Oh, I
my
found this really
thing,
cool
yeah.
gift." So we started to do like experiences. So for this year, we
That's
got
a
them
good. Like,
tickets.
I like that.
Yeah,
too.
that's
we
a
got
good
them
idea.
tickets to like Wayne Brady.
But like, yeah, let me find something worth this amount of money, and maybe you'll like it.
Yeah, because the one year I found a really cool gift. I was like, "Oh, they'll love this." It was like a foot massager for like my mom. She used it once, and I was like, "Great."
I did that last year. Got my dad an air fryer. Think like, "Oh, he's gonna love
doesn't
this.
use
This
it?
is
You didn't
amazing."
use it? You should
I
take
feel like
it.
your dad's the kind of guy who would use an air fryer.
I think I fucked up. I tried to get him the biggest one I could find.
Shane's got to prove a
He
point.
made No, because like the
No,
fries are
just
small.
like you got a tiny penis. So you gotta.
you,
yeah, of
you
course.
were compensating.
But he
I've seen your dad's.
he
it's
made
huge.
like two.
It's a big dad. Did you ever watch Workaholics when they talk about dad dicks?
He made like 2 things and they didn't come out the way he wanted them to, so he
he
just
just gave up
never
on it.
used it again.
Really? I like my air fryer.
No, well, we have the ninja. We have the ninja thing.
Yeah,
you got now.
we have. Yeah.
I fucking love that thing.
Yeah, it's cool.
You have a ninja in your house?
Yeah,
It's right behind you. Bob's
great
dad.
protection.
it's our home security.
Great protection.
Well, I think that kind of wraps it up here. Bob, do you have your cat sweater that we want to post?
I think I'll find a good one, but
Okay.
that's what I'll do. I'll
right.
send it to you. We'll put it up.
I am at that point where I used it. I understand the gift giving of just giving cash because it's so much easier, but I prefer to get a gift.
It's like it's you want to open something. You want to like have the experience.
I agree
I
with-
just feel like it's like enforcing it.
This
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
with just having moved out, I was like, please just get me cash. We're
'Cause
gonna
you're
need to
gonna
buy
need
shit.
things, yeah.
I don't want anyone to buy me something for the new place and then we don't like it and then we feel bad. Like, can we return this? Do we have to just put it up when you come over?
I should return
'Cause I
the
feel
got
bad.
sheet from the house.
Just give them cash. But I think that does it all for us here at Previously Recorded, us three kings. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you...
What was the name of the Hallmark movie we're making?
Charcuterie board? Christmas?
A charcuterie Christmas?
A charcuterie
Look out for a charcuterie Christmas.
Remember to check out our Redbubble store. Get some merch. At this point, it's too late because we're live, but we're getting great stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
But check them out. It helps us out. Maybe we have a lot of computer issues today, so it could get us a new
Can't
laptop.
get the Star Wars logo anymore. They gave us a cease and desist on that one.
Yeah, fuck that. They're done. But we hope you all have a great holiday, whatever you celebrate.
Happy Merry Christmas, which is today.
Yeah, Merry Christmas is today.
Enjoy your Christmas day.
This is how much we love you. We're doing this live, and
If you celebrate Hanukkah, that was a few weeks ago, but happy Hanukkah.
and Happy Kwanzaa, also Boxing Day. There's a few other things like a King's
Three
Day,
Kings Day.
Three Kings Day,
It
yeah.
might be King's Day.
Second Christmas, whatever, all that fun stuff. And remember to stay safe this holiday season, and also this holiday season, remember to rate, like, and subscribe so you never miss an episode, and it really helps us out, and we really appreciate it. All right, happy holidays from all of us here at Previously Recorded.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to